Hello. All right, idiots. All right, idiots. That way.
They did close the door. They closed the door.
It's okay. We'll try it. We'll try it.
We'll try it. Yeah, it is.
I think. What do you think? Is it?
Oh.
Should we try it?
That one ain't way. Is that all right?
The door opening, yeah?
I think actually it's better if it's open.
Yeah.
Open?
Yeah.
You can get rid of. You can probably get rid of that noise, can't you? The fan.
Yeah, we probably. We'll
Yeah.
worry about it. If not, just welcome to the fan special.
What is on your hat?
It's Georgia official cap. Yes.
Okay.
St George, that.
St George.
Yeah.
There's a, there's a
So
whole.
you're a patriot.
Yes, exactly.
There's a whole country named after St George.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Called Georgia.
There you go. But Sakhat Velo in their native language, so not technically.
But he wasn't very English, was he, George? Was he a bit Palestinian? I don't even know, but I know he wasn't
Turkish
that
or
English.
something, yeah.
He was Turkish.
Yeah.
But he was sort of like, I thought he even went to Palestine. He was hanging out there at some point. But that may have
With
been made
Jesus.
Is
there a bit of crossover?
George and they were very good mates.
They were?
Yeah.
So that is a very 2016 era of woke. That do you know the way it's like? Actually, St George isn't even English. It's like who are you going to persuade? Who are you going to persuade with that?
I haven't tried it. Honestly.
Oh yeah.
I haven't tried that.
Oh,
I do sometimes think who would be the best sort of like biblical character to have a beer with.
Methuselah, 900 years of chat.
Yeah.
Possibly. That's a good question. Write in and tell us.
Has it started recording?
Yeah.
No, this is liquid gold, mate.
I'm already
This is
using my
elite
best
content.
This isn't your street interviews no more, boy. I've agreed to do some actually, so I might need to.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Need some tips.
Yeah, exactly.
From the master.
Yes, exactly. So what is it like going round in a Union Jack suit at right-wing matches?
Because you think you have because apparently people do, they actually think you're a right-wing guy, don't they?
I guess they probably do.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the Union Jack suit does make me seem.
I think that's good camouflage.
It's very good camouflage.
But yeah, the first time I wore the Union Jack suit, I was in Blackpool and I shat myself because I thought, I'm a bit
Delicious. All right.
that would have added to the quality of the suit, which was incidentally it was like £28 online.
Oh,
yeah, very reasonable.
It fit you quite well as well, didn't it?
A bit too well. I've put on a few pounds since then. So I thought they're going to see right through me because I'm obviously I scream sort of like socialist wanker. But as it happened, they were just convinced by the suit.
Yeah.
And they loved all the policies that I was dishing out, which were reform policies, which they'd never heard of, which were obviously going to screw them over really badly.
Yeah.
So
particularly like the workers' rights stuff. Is that when you listed all the things Nigel Farage had said about workers' rights?
I listed all the things that basically they stood for. So getting rid of free healthcare. Did I get? I left a few things out. Basically, cutting public infrastructure spending by 150 billion. Not believing in any net zero. Basically, that climate change is a load of nonsense. All of that stuff.
I think that one you might come unstuck on though, possibly. Where it's like the DARS. I've been going out with my uncles and my dad for like research purposes.
Yeah.
The Council of DARS. We've discovered that Plaid Cymru is the worst, the biggest political threat to Britain last week.
Right.
For some reason, because he made my uncle drive at 20 miles an hour when he goes sees my cousin. So
And it's also good to have a go at the Welsh.
yeah, So but like what it really reminds me of when you're doing the the vox popping, reminds me of like where you get to where you're saying you get to convince them a bit about or show them these policies that are actually against what their own interests. But then it reminds me of me being in a kitchen at 18 doing this with me mates, and then as soon as they leave the kitchen, they forget. So then it goes straight back to it. So
The context there is not really conducive to influencing them at the ballot box.
Well, I think it is. I think it is.
So you're saying that you changed their minds in the kitchen, and then they forgot that you changed their mind.
Yeah.
Due to
yes,
substance ingestion.
Kitchen substance abuse.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all beginning to make sense.
Yeah, but I think there is actually a good arena for it. I remember once I was like 18 or 19. in there with my mate, and he's like his mum's mate or whatever. She was like 35 and she didn't know what capitalism meant.
Wow.
Yeah.
We do assume a level of knowledge, don't we?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. I mean, I have now. I mean, it's quite good because I don't think I'm particularly politically knowledgeable, but I'm learning as I.
So
go.
when we first met in 2019, when we did Real Change Lab, which
Yeah.
was like a thing we did to support Corbyn, because the Labour Party wasn't really set up to do any of that digital comms stuff. I worked with Adam on like making videos, like viral videos for the campaign. You were just quite new to it then, were you?
I was fairly. So, shall I give you a little checkered history?
A history.
I'd love
yes.
So I used to run a film company with my brother, and then I left because I was kind of like the salesperson. I was selling videos to the NHS, and I thought I need to try and do something creative on my own. And then a few years later, they got in touch with me because they needed someone that would never get embarrassed, and and I was the guy. So they were running a campaign for electrical safety first, and they were running a very serious campaign, which was, it's never too awkward to ask your electrician if they're registered. So
That's great.
Isn't it great? So I went out on the street and asked people loads of really awkward questions, such as,
Are you VAT registered or whatever? Yeah.
No.
Oh, not VAT registered. You VAT registered, sir?
I said things like, I didn't think that was that awkward, particularly. But no, I was asking, can I touch your face? So I touched a few people's faces. I asked some people out for dinner. I got a lot of short thrift from some old ladies who just thought I was unpleasant. And then then my career was born as a vox popper. And then a few months later, I went a bit viral because we did an anti-Brexit video where I asked people for £1. And they were like, why? And I said, well, you might get something back. So I gave them £1. I took £1 from them, and then I gave them a tenner back. And they were like, what? And then the campaign was, for every £1 you put into the EU, we get £10 back.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, so you did stuff for Remain?
So that was just kind of like for my brother's company. It was let's just try and do something to say Brexit's a bad idea. So that got like 5 million views on Facebook.
Yeah.
In the days where Facebook was the only place that videos went anywhere. And that was 2000. So I think when I started, and then I did one viral video on my own in 2017, which Momentum shared. And then I got in touch with Momentum again and said, I'd love to do something for this campaign. But
That's right. I think it was through Emil that I met you. Emil Charlaff, was it? Yeah.
I love Emil.
Yeah.
Shout out to Emil.
There you go.
There you go.
Probably still sending me emails.
I think he's with 38 Degrees now, isn't he?
He is with that. Yeah, he gets me. He actually, the last thing he did, he rang me up and said, "Will you be a chicken?" So
Right, yeah.
So I was a chicken.
Of course, you need to be sometimes.
An American chicken. So I was selling. I was getting rid of Trump's chlorinated chicken
Oh, right, I see.
outside Tesco, which was nice.
There.
Yeah. So. And then and then more than anything else, it's just taken off in the last couple of years. So the Canary have like given me a free reign just to make Yuli and Jap videos every week. So I've got to meet the whole country.
We should make this a Canary thing.
Yeah, we should, yeah.
I think that's yeah. What's happening? Canary, if you're watching,
Give us some money.
come on.
I'll put in a word.
Put in a word. Yeah. Down the Canary in the mine or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like
I
that,
don't know what it means.
Yeah.
I never knew what it meant.
It means that if the canary dies,
So
you've
it
got
means,
a problem.
that
Oh,
means
yeah.
you should leave before the mine collapses, basically.
Okay.
That's
Should I leave now?
Well, yes. What else have we? I'll get me a notes up. Shall
So
we?
I didn't
My
actually know we'd
extensive
started
notes.
recording. That was all.
No, this is all.
This is all. It's going.
This is what it is.
Is this
This is
content?
what it
This
is.
is content.
Is it going? You edit this? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh.
Well,
Do you take
yeah.
out the ums and the ahs?
I don't take out my stuttering, otherwise I'd be there all fucking day. So that was one thing I wanted to ask you. Speaking to the general public, this is a fucking nightmare. So how do you
Have they surprised you in a way, in a good way, or what's the experience been?
I think one of the reasons that I am okay at doing this is because I genuinely just get my energy from chatting to people.
Oh.
So I would spend 15 minutes talking to the newsagent, and that's always been what I've done. So I I don't get upset when people reject me. I don't really get upset. I think now it just naturally I'm made for doing this type of content because I quite enjoy someone getting upset with me. That doesn't really faze me. It's a fun experience, and people are fucking brilliant and fucking mad and just generally pretty wonderful. Especially the ones that talk to you. The people that you know are going to be quite good are the ones that come up to you and say, actually, I'd like to have a chat. And then they are, but I'd say we're quite unlucky because here in the UK, I'd say people are pretty good. In America, they're insane. I mean, everyone will give you content because every American will just loves chatting.
I've seen that guy that goes around with his like keyboard around his neck and it's like
A key
turntables, and he's like just walking around, and Americans are like they'll sing off the street, and they'll sing really well, and it's like the average American. They're so performative. They've got no cringe. I don't think cringe is even a thing, is it in America?
There's no no such thing as cringe.
Yeah.
It's like just completely like unvarnished. Like
so, maybe I've caught a bit of that from my dad, who was American.
There we go.
There you go.
So
But I think that's a good thing because people are so reserved, they're so worried about what the people think. It's an inhibiting factor, I think, in our culture. And also, if you're good at something in Britain, I always feel like people like really want to knock you down. Like in America, like if you're good, everyone will be like, I'm really good at this, and that would be not as a normal thing to say. It's like not like
Who's
cocky.
You think he is,
yeah.
I agree, but I also feel quite bad sometimes because there's a lot of people that will take the time to have a chat with me. They are, and then they'll actually really open up, and they'll say, "Oh, I didn't know that," and they may change their mind. They may have gone into the conversation liking Farage, and then by the end of that, I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that. I'm surprised. I thought he was actually for the working class because the media's done a bloody good job at making people think that."
Yeah.
And then on the comments, you get loads of people saying things like "thick as mints," and it's like, actually, no, they've actually put themselves out there. You're hiding behind a little computer,
keyboard,
just tapping "thick as mints" because it's easy. But you've got there's such a little empathy online these days.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about that because unfortunately these people that I'm filming who've given the time to me are slightly collateral, and I wish I could find a way just to make people be kinder because we need to get these people on board because a lot of these people are actually decent people, but they've been hoodwinked.
Yeah.
And I do like this thing that James O'Brien has said before, which is, I should remember it, isn't it? Contempt for the con men, compassion for the conned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I didn't think I'd be agreeing with anything James O'Brien said ever, but there you go.
I don't think he's that bad. Is he that bad?
No, well, it's just the way he wears his headphones wise me up.
Are we
Fucking
sort of
one ear like that.
I might be a bit too. Maybe I'm too centrist for this podcast.
Oh, well. No, but,
I work for the Canary though, so everything's fine.
No,
To be fair, we had Shinny on, so
Oh, yeah, we did have,
I think we were all right.
Yeah, we had Shinny Show live. We need to put that. We need to put that out as well. A little bit of it. The 15 least racist minutes we need to put out.
Because we're exactly on that point. You want to try and win people over, take them with you. There was something to work with there with Shinny, but then there's always, are we platforming someone with views there?
I don't even
quite
know who Shinny
antithetical.
is.
No, but I think though that argument is redundant now anyway, because like if you're thinking about he's got a much bigger platform. Anyway,
true. If anything, he's platforming.
Yeah,
us.
exactly. Two, it's just like I think that's where 10 years ago we made ourselves look a bit stupid by going, oh, well, we won't talk to these people. So then that tells the fans of those people that you're not interested in anything they have to say, and therefore makes them like the right-wing shit more.
You think like any kind of censorious culture,
Yeah,
cancel
I think
culture,
it's got to go.
It probably has a
It's the-
opposite effect to what you want, right?
Because already everyone on everyone who's ever listened to Joe Rogan is primed to think that like left-wing people just want to they don't want to hear what you have to say. They want to censor everything you've got to say. They want to all they want to do is ban you from everything and kick you out of public life. Some people, yes.
Yeah, I think broad. I mean, this might sound quite cynical, but I think I do agree with that. But where I'm coming from is our audience is left-wing people.
Yes,
And-
we are
and
obviously
they're-
preaching to the
and-
choir a bit, but
and are they gonna feel uneasy about that type of content?
I think
So are we like Pied Pipering our left wing audience into the anti-cancel culture era? Right?
But I think the way that the internet is now, anyway, is like it doesn't matter. Like if you think about like even Russell Brand, after maybe he might get cancelled by the courts. That's the only true cancellation. When you get cancelled by a 10-year sentence. But like before that, like he just went from doing like sort of I quite like Scottish independence and all that, and then just went to fucking complete switch to doing like Tucker Carlson fucking.
Yeah,
I liked
Kind of
him.
stuff.
I bloody like Russell. I mean, did you like Russell Brand?
I
at
did
one
quite
point?
like Russell Brand, yeah. Which
I
is
thought he was.
unfortunate.
I thought he had potential to change the way that turn the whole of the country left wing at one point in like 2011 when he was. I remember George Monbiot loving him as well, and then he just sort of like realised that making left wing content, sorry guys, isn't that popular. I was like,
profitable. Yeah.
I'll throw in some conspiracy shit, and it was like, oh fucking hell, my audience has gone up from like 30,000 to 2 million, 3 million. And then it was like, okay, you just needed.
It's like when I get called a grifter, and I just think if I was a grifter, I would do right wing content because they just throw money at like Brand, and also what he's done is he's created an army of people that are going to defend him, like whatever happens in that case, because they're just basically like, don't cancel Russell. He's speaking truth to power.
I don't think so anymore. I think it's
You don't think?
not at this point, but definitely like previous to,
Yeah.
I haven't followed his downfall
No,
as
I
much
think
as I should have.
Yeah, I think now it's. No, I think after I think he lost everyone when he's doing the. Let me just find the Bible verse and taking 25 minutes to find it. Oh, I read that. This is really important to me. 1 second.
And there was a bit of paedophilia that wasn't that popular, wasn't there?
Oh,
as
yes.
well?
The dispatches thing.
Yeah.
The old anti-consent from yeah. I think you lose a lot of people. I think you lose a lot of people on that one. But to the point though, I do think like that's why I think the Vox Pops do well, because there is very few willing to speak to the other side, even if it's because obviously it comes from we're trying to change the minds kind of.
I have to say though as well, what is great about talking to, I went to a reform rally recently, and there were quite a few like reform members, people that were councillors or they were candidates to be councillors, and this is not a nice thing to say, but they aren't particularly bright.
Right.
So if you want to expose people for showing off how badly they will run the country, then just have conversations with them. And obviously we've already seen like in the last week or two.
They didn't understand the process, did they, in the council and stuff, and they were
saying, please can we not go ahead with whatever you're doing because we don't understand it.
Yeah.
I mean, reform councillors have already said we got to stop the democratic process because we don't understand democracy. I mean, it is, and I think there are a lot of, but also I think there's a lot of really bright, intelligent people that I speak to on the street who have been hoodwinked, who aren't necessarily racist. I mean, because I think that's a real problem. I think there's a lot of people that go out shouting at reform rallies, "You're racist, you're racist."
I think it's counterproductive as well, isn't it?
Doesn't help.
Yeah.
I actually went to this reform rally, and someone from the counter protest sort of like got a little bit argy-bargy with me.
Oh, really?
Were
you wearing the Union Jack suit?
I was. They were all screaming fascist, racist, Nazi at me, and I was like, no, I'm actually on your side. And I'm not brilliant at this stuff, but I know that what I'm doing is going to be more productive than you shouting racist at all the people walking in, because you're just going to make them double down.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually, and it might be doing something for your own anger to get it out, but it's not actually helping.
Yeah, exactly. I think like, I don't know. I know, like, but I also have I think there are definitely people who are lost causes, But it's the media environment as well, though. Now that you've got a sort of, I think maybe 10 years ago when people were less social media-y than they are now, and less GB news-y than they are now. I think it would have been a lot easier to. I think that's why Corbyn did so well in the 2017 one, because they hadn't started the old anti-Semitism stuff yet either properly, and
Yeah. What do you think of that, by the way?
For the record, I've been coming out quite a lot saying I'm a Jew.
Oh, yeah.
So
well.
I do think it's
Coming out.
Well, no, I've done a few videos saying I'm a Jew recently, and there's quite a few people that sent me private messages going, "I didn't know you were a Jew. I like you even more now," which was quite nice. So
it's a low Semitism.
I think the anti-Semitism stuff is really complicated because there is some really vile stuff out there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Fuentes-y stuff influenced, and
there's just a lot of nasty Jew stuff that you just see people saying. I did a video where I wasn't being a Jew, but I was pretending to be a record label and I stole.
Yeah,
the
I was gonna.
buskers'
Yeah,
money.
that's on my list.
And loads of people responded and went sort of like, he's a Jew," and I'm like,
bloody
and
hell.
it's like, okay, that is not.
Cast
that's
yourself
not
as a
great.
penny.
That's not the point of the video.
That's exactly no. We're not. I mean, that's not what being left wing is all about.
Yeah.
So, but I also think that anti-Semitism is being overplayed by the Israel propaganda machine. But then I also have my mum, basically the Golders Green attack that happened recently. She was petrified because she lives near there. So I'm aware that. I don't like the content where people are screaming, "Oh, anti-Semitism, blah blah blah." It's like, I mean, I've had enough of it. Let it go away. I mean, it's like you're not getting through to me anymore, because I think that's counterproductive. But I think we've got to be really clear that anti-Semitism is being used, but you still got to take it seriously. And it's a really fine line. It's really complicated.
That's always the position I've taken, is that it did exist in the Labour Party. It would exist in any mass party.
Yeah.
This is how you've got to deal with it. But also, there's no doubt in my mind that the Labour right did not give a fuck about anti-Semitism. They just used it for their own political ends.
100%.
And they were basically, using the party's bureaucracy to suppress or delay dealing with these issues. So it looked bad for the leadership. That's in the Ford report. So I definitely agree. I think the position that we have to always take on it morally, and that's in our interest, is this is a real thing, but it's been weaponized.
And because I find it really difficult because treading that line between the two things, where I know that Israel obviously is a horrible beast right now. I mean, and we can argue what it's been in the past, but particularly right now it is fucking awful. And they are using anti-Semitism as a weapon. Jews are being used as part of the sort of because it's not helpful, because I think they've actually made it worse, because actually they've made people angry with Jews.
But that's the thing, right? So do you think that there's lots of people in the Jewish community in Britain who have grown up feeling like Israel's part of their identity, and that therefore that they defend Israel, and they feel like that is their natural predisposition to defend Israel, and then when people attack Israel on legitimate grounds, they feel like they ought to defend it because it's part of their identity, and then that itself is conflated with anti-Semitism, and then when people say, who criticise Israel, they say, "Oh, that's anti-Semitic." I think that's genuinely felt by people, but I think that's what the Israeli government wants. They want to conflate the two things.
Yeah, and I'm one of those people. I was brought up to love Israel. I mean, I was giving money to the Jewish National Fund to plant a tree, and not being aware that was kind of that money was going towards the suppression of Palestinian people, as far as I'm aware. I mean, so it's really, really complicated, and it takes. I've had to do a lot of
unpicking it.
Mental wrestling, and I still get confused, and I think it's a really complicated conflict. And I think it's also really complicated how we sort of like tackle it in terms of just thinking about, okay, what is it? I don't know. This is really hard. I don't know if you want to put this out. I'll be honest, because it's like some of this is so delicate, and I get confused by it. But it's like, what is the best way to approach the situation? Because I've actually spoken to Palestinian people, and they're like saying, you know what, some of this stuff isn't actually that useful, where you're just getting really angry and going on about Zionist, and because it's not going to come up with a political solution. And what we actually need is a political solution. We need to actually find an environment like they did in Ireland, where actually we could create a peace. And at the moment, that is a million miles away.
Yeah.
So, and I think also, so there are 2 Jewish organizations in this country that are basically trying to create a more peaceful environment to do things in. And one of them is a bit more lefty. They're called Namod. And one of them I've done some work with is called Yahad. And there are people in Yahad that basically are Zionist, but they also think that what Netanyahu is doing is really awful. So you're bringing more people in by actually saying, okay, we don't need to have that conversation. We're just going to welcome people that actually think what Netanyahu is doing is awful. You've got more of a mainstream group of people that are actually anti what is going on. So I always see it as a little bit like, okay, you need a bit of Malcolm X and you need a bit of Martin Luther King. And I think there probably isn't enough Martin Luther King at the moment. There needs to be a bit more there also needs to be a gentle approach, sort of like a way to do business that you can get some peace. But it's complicated to have that conversation. The other thing I was going to say, and again, I just wanted to say it, it's like, okay, we have to talking about how there is anti-Semitism at some of these pro-Palestine protests. I mean, I've made videos saying that I support genocide. Will you arrest me? And no, I won't get arrested, because instead they prefer to arrest old ladies who are against genocide. But in those conversations I've had with some people, there are some people that have said, you know what, the Jews are running the world. And I'm like going, you know what, this is not the space to be having that conversation, but it's really nuanced. And if this is, I don't want this to be picked up by a right-wing audience to go to actually basically platform that and go, this is a problem. But I do want to talk to left-wing people and say, you know what, we do actually need to tackle this stuff at the same time. So it's it's just, you know, it does my head in.
I think it's because it's like, I think there's a lot of like left-wing people who are sort of like well-meaning but also idiots as well.
There are, but they feel it so much.
But it's the same. It's the same as right-wing people.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, and I say it because I'm a vegan. I know that vegans are fucking annoying, and I think that socialists are fucking annoying. Because we know better. And it's like, again, we insist, and so obviously everyone just ends up being really pissed off. And I call anyone that's not a vegan, I call them a murderer. Because you're all fucking murderers, but it doesn't do me any favors.
Exactly. So but like the thing that, like the, but yeah, I think that there's a lot of just. Because the Jews run the world thing, it's just easier. It's easier, isn't it?
Some of them do. I mean, but it's not all of them. I mean, it's not just. I mean, Trump isn't a Jew. Musk isn't a Jew. But I mean, there's a lot.
What I mean is, from their like point of view, it's just like, oh well, it's just like, oh, it's Epstein. That's easy. That makes sense. I don't have to I don't have to do any more reading about this. That's done.
I think Epstein was a bit of a disaster for that strand of conspiracy theories.
It didn't help, did it? It did not help. So, you got to laugh.
Oh, well, fuck it up.
You're going to have a nightmare editing
this. No, it's going to go straight out. Fuck it. Don't worry about that. I think this is like, I think now, and having noticed some of the, well, frankly, heinous things I've put out in my time, there's not really, there are no consequences, so it's all right. Not yet. I've seen.
Wait, I mean, well, you've had to take up. You've had to deal with so much abuse. I've seen it.
I'm glad you noticed.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's weird.
Not enough.
It's weird to think that, because obviously knowing you, you're just a very soft, gentle guy.
Oh, that's kind.
Yeah, you are. You're too soft, really.
And you actually are able to. I mean, does Tom think you're an arsehole? But it's funny, isn't it, how the perception, I mean, that online space just turns you into Well, it turns everyone into
I think
that road rage type feeling.
I think I've like over a number of years have learned to let some of it wash over me.
Yeah.
But initially, I wanted to give it back, but in like a funny way, and I sort of did that, and that was my way of dealing with it because I got so much abuse.
Yeah.
It was like everything I said, and obviously with the gambling stuff, get lots of that. That's fine. That's part of campaigning. But like there was a period where I would have very committed haters and trolls, like looking at everything I said, taking things out of context, clipping, and I just felt like
I've done that before.
Did you ever worry for your safety?
Under immense scrutiny, and I was like, I'm not elected. I just had a few thousand followers on X. X. Did I feel scared of my safety? At one stage, I thought it's getting a bit much. It's getting a bit like it's what it whips up, and then I thought like if someone gets really wound up by me and they see me, would they do something in that context? So it's just that, but like that was it really.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes worry a little bit. I'm like, okay, am I going to bump into just the wrong type of guy at a rally? Yeah. But actually, I shouldn't say this. The United Kingdom rally. I mean,
great bunch of lads.
They were all pissed out of their skulls.
Shinny was there. Up top. Well done, someone. I'm not giving you that. Why am I doing that? Cut that out.
I didn't see that much violence, in all fairness. But they were. I mean, they were all. They weren't all hammered. A lot of people were absolutely. I mean, the devastation that they caused London with like the amount of beer cans. It was like a really.
I do enjoy that they treat it like they just universally treat it like a away day at the football. It's great.
But what is also quite funny is that these are all the same people that say London is you should go near it with the barge pole because it's so dangerous. And then in one day they cause more carnage than London's ever experienced in terms of just trash and litter and alcoholic abuse. I mean, it's the ironies are too much.